I'm Jimmy James. You're watching Catch It Live First. We've got coming up for you race 2 from Donnington Park World Superbikes. Top Racker will be going for a treble win. He's done the first 2. Race 1 yesterday, he won by 11 seconds, whatever it was. And he won the sprint race quite easily by 4.8 seconds. I can't see anyone touching him in this second race. I owe an apology to NA in the chat. I had an issue with my chat box, the live chat box, and he did leave a kind message. So apologies that I didn't respond to it live at the time. I just didn't see it. So hopefully I've got the issues sorted now. And yeah, many apologies, my friend. So we've got now for this race, let's go through the top 10 because that'll be where the grid positions have changed from the Super Pole race. So as expected, we've got Razgatlioglu on P1. We've got Nicola Buliga P2, Johnny Ray P3. Then we've got Scott Redding putting up another good show in that Super Pole race. He's in 4th. Alex Laws is in 5th. Alvaro Bautista in 6th. Alvaro Bautista's got an issue on the grid though because he crashed on the way to the grid. So I don't know where he went down, but it was certainly on the left-hand side of his bike. We've just seen him having some repairs done to it. So hopefully they got that sorted on the grid. And 7th was Locatelli. 8th was Sam Laws. Good effort. Danny Petrucci in 9th. Andrea Iannone in 10th. So the guys are going to be starting up on the warm-up now. It was on the sighting lap that Alvaro Bautista went down. Whereabouts, like I said, I couldn't tell you. The chat is up and running now and working for me. So like I said, apologies to NA because I didn't see the kind message that he sent in the Super Pole race. Hopefully, over here, we will have the live timings. I just want to make sure before we put them up there that they are working. Hopefully we've got everything set up. We've got an excellent stream strength, so there should be no issues there. Like I say, the only thing we want up and running now will be the live timings to play ball. I didn't want to be doing what I've just done, but I have, so I'll have to deal with it. Come on, Jimmy, sort it out. I'm just going to change your colour. Not what you want on a sighting lap. Got to change the colour combination. Oh, blimey. Colour support 1. Colour combination 9. Oh, the things I do. Right, there we go. We're all good. Have we got any? Right, we've just gone live, which is perfect timing. Red lights are on. We are go, go, go. Good start from Top Rack. And he does make it into turn 1 first. So excellent start there. Buliga's in 2nd. We've got Scott Redding in 3rd. Ooh, that's getting a little bit tight. Who got shoved out there? Was it? I couldn't see who got shoved out there. Let it all calm down. Let's get the My timing's up. There we go. Right. Everything should be good down here now. Gulik is having a go there at Top Rack at the front. He's going to have to try and get in front of him and ruffle his feathers. That's the only way. Because if they let Razgat get away, I don't think anybody's going to be able to ruffle his feathers anyway, but that would be the only way that they're going to get near him in this race too, full length race. Something happened to going into Goddard's there. It looks a little bit unstable on the front. Razgatlioglu, it's all right. There's nothing happened, but just looked like he lost a bit of grip on the front. Apparently, he put 16 bar of pressure through that brake lever. Everybody else is putting like 10 bar through it, so that's a big difference, and that's why he wants his seat lowered. So 22 laps to go. We'll do a quick top 10. We've got Razgatlioglu P1, Buliga P2, Redding P3, Alex Laws in 4th, Johnny Ray 5th, Locatelli 6th, Bautista 7th. He crashed on the sighting lap. We did the repairs on the grid. Petrucci's in 8th, Domi Agata 9th, Remy Gardner is in 10th. Sam Laws, if you're a fan, he's in 13th behind Andrea Iannone. Coming into Goddard's, coming into the S's, on board with Alvaro Bautista. He's looking back at Petrucci. At the front though, as they're coming around the Melbourne Loop. Late apex there for Razgatlioglu. I always say his name wrong, but it's not until I actually spell it out and I've got to write it in a description. I get to getting underneath Petrucci there. They're swapping paint. Yeah, it's not until you write out Razgatlioglu's name that I realise I'm saying it wrong all the time, but there's no point trying to change it because I'll just revert to type and continue saying it wrong. So they're going down Craner Curve now. The old hairpin moves coming in from Petrucci on Bautista. He has made that stick now. As they're going through Schwantz Curve, Bautista can't reply going into McLean's. Bautista's going to be having his hands full with Dominic Agata now coming out of Coppice, driving down Starkey's, not under the bridge anymore, coming into the S's. And thanks to NA yesterday, he pointed out that it was Chris Evans who bought the bridge. Iannone just made a move there on Alex Laws. Tyres are going to be an issue in this race. Now it's been resurfaced, we know that. So maybe Alex Laws is just being a little bit careful. It's getting a little bit blurry between Agata, Gardner, Bautista, Petrucci. Adam Norridin's crashed down. I couldn't tell you where because there's no yellow flag up telling us what sector it's in, so apologies for that. 20 laps to go, 1.2 seconds the lead at the front for Razgatlioglu over Buliga in second. Scott Redding's in third, Alex Laws in fourth. Then there's a 1.4 second gap to Locatelli, Johnny Ray, Bautista and Petrucci. Not too far behind Petrucci actually is Remy Gardner and Domi Agata. And just to say, if you're wondering what this is down here, we can't show anything. We can't even show GIFs now. Donna don't like it. So I just put some footage that I've done there in that's in Portimao on the ZX10. That was in the same circuit, Portimao in the wet, and this is a little track in Wales. If you've never been, give it a try. Busy little track. That's in Lando, and that was on what I've currently got now, which is a 675 pound. I've been out on that for a long time though because of back issues that I've got. I was waiting for surgery for a spinal fusion, but that's not going to happen now. We're going to go and maybe burn the nerve and see what we can do with medications, which means I hope to be back on the bike as quickly as possible. Just talking, we're just watching a replay of the start, so I'm not missing anything that I can tell you about. Now we're getting an onboard. All very good, but we want to be seeing what's happening between Agata, Bautista, Petrucci. Right, here we go. So at the front, coming into the S's, Razgatlioglu is just going through. Alex Lowes is going to pull a move there, through the S's, on Scott Redding. Looked like he might have touched a little bit of the green paint there. Whether he's going to have to give that place back, we'll find out. But into the Melbourne loop, Scott Redding just follows, doesn't panic. He's just following Alex Lowes into Goddard's now. Neither of them run wide, both get good drive onto the Wheat Cross straight, and there's 18 laps to go. So we've got Razgatlioglu, Buliger, Alex Lowes and Scott Redding. Then there's a little bit of a gap of 1.6 seconds back to Locatelli in 5th, Johnny Ray, Bautista, Petrucci, Gardner, Agata, Iannone. That's just a gaggle of bikes. It's going to be like a Moto 3 race currently, but I'm sure as tyre wear becomes a thing, there's going to be some fun and games there. At the front, 2-second lead already now for Razgatlioglu over Buliger. Buliger tried ruffling Razgatlioglu's feather right at the start of the race, but now he's got that gap. I don't think anybody's going to be able to lay a glove on him, unless he runs into tyre issues, or which I doubt. Looks like he's got the electronics set up lovely as well for engine braking on that BMW, so when you throw in his braking prowess, that's a recipe for success. So we've got the battle for 5th is the most interesting, to be honest. At the moment, Redding and Alex Lowes they're still pretty close together, but behind Scott Redding, 2-second gap, we've got Locatelli, Ray, Bautista, Petrucci, Gardner, Agata, Iannone. There's a bit of a gap now to Iannone from Agata, so you've got those 6 riders, Locatelli, Ray, Bautista, Petrucci, Gardner, Agata. They're all going to be vying for that 5th place. And when Alex Lowes made the move on Scott Redding through the S's, he thought he was going to maybe clear off a little bit from Scott Redding and try and get his hooks into Buliger in 2nd. But he hasn't. Scott Redding stayed with Alex Lowes, and the gap to Buliger is just remaining at 1.8 seconds. So maybe you just wanted to get the move done on Redding, then look after your tyre for a few laps, then try and bridge the gap. Nicola Buliger. But watching, we're just on the first lap. I don't know what happened to Top Rack. He just seemed to lose traction going into Goddard's, and whether he went over some fluid or something, I don't know, but there's no issue now. Might have even been a tear off or something like that. Because I was just wondering if he had a duff front tyre, but it's certainly not holding him back, so yeah, maybe it was full fuel tanks as well. Could have been anything. He might tell us after the race, or I might have just misseen it. The eyes are getting old. So it's still Locatelli from Jonathan Rea, not right on his pipe, but within a couple of bike lengths. And there's probably 3 or 4 bike lengths now back to Batista. Been well supported, this event at Donnington, that's for sure. The weather's been quite nice as well. Some dark clouds around, but we've not had any rain, so that always helps. Go through in the S's, Locatelli, Jonathan Rea. Jonathan Rea just lost a bit of traction coming out there, but didn't lose too much ground. Although Batista now, and the heavy braking into the Melbourne loops, maybe gained a couple of bike lengths. Went into Goddard's. 15 laps to go. On board with Alvaro Bautista. He certainly doesn't have the same drive that he had last year on the Ducati. Now that they've reduced the amount of fuel that the Ducati can use during a race, and they've also increased the minimum weight. But he still gets off a corner well, but not with the same devastating effect that he had last year. At the front, it's as you were: Razgatlioglu P1, Buliga P2, Alex Lowes in P3. That gap to Scott Redding is still a small one, 0.3 of a second, 0.2 of a second now. So Bautista makes the move there on Jonathan Rea coming into the S's. Jonathan Rea with a tighter line coming out though, and he's going to try and go under Bautista into the Melbourne loop, but he can't get there. He just drops in behind Bautista. Now he'll try and get the Yamaha driving out of the loop, but he's not going to be able to compete with the Ducati, that's for sure. They go towards Goddard's. He can turn a tighter line though than Bautista, but then as the Ducati puts the power down, it just pulls away from the Yamaha. So it looks like he's got that move done now, Bautista, and it's going to be Locatelli he's got next in his sights. Locatelli in 5th. Are they going to be able to bridge that gap to Scott Redding in 4th? Because let's be honest, if they catch Redding in 4th, they're also catching Alex Lowes in 3rd, because there's not a lot of gap between the two. That's another move on Jonathan Rea now by Petrucci. As they were coming down Craner curves there, Petrucci got the move done. Jonathan Rea can't get back under Petrucci as they go through McLean's. Can't do anything as they go out of Coppice. Can't do anything as they're going through the S's. Although he does make a little bit of ground up. But if anything, Petrucci's in the way there. Can't do anything into the Melbourne loop. Looks like he's lining Petrucci up to get the drive out of there, but that Yamaha, it's not punching off the corner like Jonathan Rea would want. Also got to bear in mind, he might be looking after his rear tyre a little bit yet as well, so maybe not putting the full power through it. He won't want to be spinning it up with 13 laps to go. If there is going to be tyre issues, it's going to be sort of with 8 laps left, as you know, that's the kind of benchmark for where tyre issues start showing up. Ian Orney's in 11th behind Agata, and he struggled this weekend. He struggled on free practice on Friday, running on numerous times at numerous corners. But it looks like he's dialing his bike in a little bit better as the weekend's gone on. But he's not exactly putting Dommy Agata in 10th under any pressure. Agata runs a little bit wide there though. But Ianoni's not in a position to capitalise. 3.1 seconds the lead at the front. Razgat's got over Buliga. Buliga's then got a 1.6 second lead over Alex Lowes and Scott Redding in 3rd and 4th respectively. Then there's a gap of 4.3 seconds behind Scott Redding to Locatelli in 5th. Iannone and Agata into the Melbourne Loop. Agata gets the better of Iannone. Van der Mark's on the back of this group as well with Axel Bassani. Bassani crashed out of the sprint race. Not sprint race, is it? Super pole race. Same thing, different name, that's all. So coming into Redgate, Iannone is looking to get under Agata but can't make that stick. As they go through Hollywood into Craner Curves. Old hairpin, and Iannone is losing ground slightly as we go through that section of track. Going through Schwantz's curve. It's as you were, yeah. Through that section of track, Iannone is struggling. Agata pulls a good 2 or 3 bike lengths on him. But we've not seen for a couple of laps how close Alex Lowes and Scott Redding are together. I'm assuming that they're still, I'm going to say within half a second. 12 laps to go. That gap between Alex Lowes in 3rd and Nicola Buliger in 2nd place is just 1 second now. Now it's just gone up to 1.2. So I'm not sure what went on there. Maybe a slight mistake. 11 laps to go. Iannone and Van der Mark are swapping places. Back in 12th for Van der Mark, 11th for Iannone. Yeah, that gap's gone up again slightly. It's 1.3 seconds now between Buliger and Alex Lowes. Couldn't tell you what the gap is between Alex Lowes and Scott Redding because we've not seen it for about 3 or 4 laps, but it's not showing it as a gap on screen. So I'm assuming that they're pretty much rear wheel to front wheel. In the background there, Iannone's run wide as he came into McLean's. So he's going to lose a couple of places there. In fact, he has. Bassani's gone in front of him, and Agata. Batista's just made the move now on Locatelli, so he'll move into 5th place. No doubt he'll be trying to chase down Scott Redding, although there's quite a gap there. This is a good effort from Bautista, this, considering he binned it on the left-hand side on the sighting lap going to the grid, so his mechanics did a great job getting the Ducati repaired. I think it was mainly to the fairings and clearing some grass out of it. Just wondering if we didn't actually find out where he binned it. Ah, right. We've not seen we've seen on track what the gap is from Alex Lowes to Scott Redding, and it's increased considerably, but I don't know what it is time-wise, but visually it definitely has increased. And it's not going to be long before Bautista's got his hooks into Scott Redding in 4th, so because now he's got past Locatelli, he's put a good Alex Lowes there, trying to chase Buliger down. Definitely went over the green, so he needs to be careful there because he'll be getting a track limits warning. Razgatlioglu easily in the lead at the front now. I don't know what the gap is. They might show us any second now, hopefully. There's 9 laps to go. I'm guessing it's around 5 or 6 seconds. Then you've got Buliger in 2nd. Alex Lowes trying to get his claws into Buliger now. Scott Redding's dropping away from Alex Lowes, and he's going to have his hands full any lap now with Bautista in 5th, trying to take Redding. Like I said, once he got the move done on Locatelli, he put how many bike lengths into him in a matter of a couple of laps? 6, 7, 8, 9 bike lengths into him. So with 9 laps to go, Scott Redding's going to have to get his head down and try and keep Bautista at bay. Because you get a feeling if Bautista got on the back of him, I'm not sure what firepower Scott Redding would have on his BMW to fend off the Ducati. Jonathan Rea, he's in 8th position, trying to get back under Petrucci now. Behind him, Gardner and Agata are having some fun at the Melbourne Loop. Gardner in front of Agata as they go into Goddard's. They come down the Wheat Cross straight. Got a good driver out of there though, Dick Gardner. Pulled 6, 7 bike lengths. 8 laps to go. Two Hondas, Vierge in front of the corner. They're in 14th and 15th place. That's not good for Honda, is it? Factory Hondas. It's all looking pretty settled at the minute. I'm just trying to see if anyone's starting to have, I say that, Petrucci's just going to pull a move at the Melbourne Loop on Locatelli, but he runs wide. Locatelli cuts back underneath Petrucci there and gets the drive into Goddard's. But you get a feeling here it's a matter of time before Petrucci pulls that move on Locatelli, because Jonathan Rea's right behind Petrucci. So it's going to be a case of overtake or you're going to be overtaken. So we come out of Redgate, 3 bikes line astern going through Hollywood. No moves through Craner curves, although going into the old hairpin, Petrucci makes that move on Locatelli. Jonathan Rea tries to get through as they're going through Schwantz curve now, and it's going to be interesting coming into McQueen's. Takes a tighter line there, does Locatelli, but Jonathan Rea gets good drive as they're coming into Coppice. Is he going to try and get a drive out there now down Starkey's and try and do him at the S's? We'll find out in about 5 seconds time. Petrucci's pulled a couple of bike lengths now on Locatelli. Rea holds a tighter line coming out of the S's. He's trying to get underneath Locatelli going into the Melbourne Loop. He can't quite do it, just misses his back wheel, but had it under control, did Jonathan Rea. But it's as you were. Into Goddard's. Petrucci's kind of got 3, 4, 5 lengths bike lengths lead now of Locatelli. But he's going to have his mirrors full if he had any. And if Jonathan Rea's to come into Redgate, it's about a 4 bike lengths gap, but Jonathan Rea can hold a tighter line than Locatelli there. Come through Hollywood. Now we'll go into Craner. No move going to be pulled at the old hairpin. Ian is pulled into the pits. I don't know what's gone on there. He ran into the garage, did Ian Orney. Don't know what happened. He got arm pump or something. I think he's got arm pump or something to do with his wrist. He looks in agony. I'm guessing arm pump. Jonathan Ray's dropping back a little bit from Locatelli. Whether he's just gone, I mean, there's only 6 laps left though, so whether there's tyre issues coming into play here. Scott Redding's in front of Bautista. I think it was 2.5 seconds. With 5 laps to go, as long as Redding doesn't have any real tyre issues or make any real mistakes, he should have that 4th place secured, which he's going to be well happy with. We're just on board now with Toprak. Toprak's front tyre looking a little bit marked up on the left-hand side, but what would you expect when you're pulling 16 bar on that lever? But it's not going to be any worse than anybody else's tyre, let's be honest, because all that's done in a straight line, so it's not like it's going to affect his edge grip from the front. Not sure what his lead is now. It should be on the timing screens, but he's got the full length of Starkey Straight. His lead of the lead he's got over Booliger in second. Booliger's then got a considerable lead still over Alex Laws. He's then got Scott Redding some considerable way behind him. But Bautista's going to no doubt try and get that 4th place from him, but he's going to be running out of laps. This is Van der Mark and Gardner knocking one side of each other as they come into the Melbourne Loop. But not true really. I thought there was going to be maybe a block pass going to come in from Van der Mark, but he kind of was hoping that Gardner was going to run wide so he could make a block pass, but wasn't to be. It was over the corns down the Wheat Cross straight there, just trying to open Redgate up with Van der Mark. Well, they're not corns now, are they? They're sort of flexible markers that are made out to be corns. And it's a good job for Van der Mark that is the case. 4 laps to go. Toprak's gone at the front. He is going to have an issue, you know, with Bautista catching him, probably on the last lap. Hopefully Scott Redding can dig in and get that 4th position. Certainly ridden well enough this weekend for it. Jonathan Ray's looking to have another go now at Locatelli in front of him as they come into the S's. He had it on going in sideways. He's fully in line though as they go into the Melbourne Loop. No doubt he's going to try and get the drive out there and see what he can do. I doubt it into Goddard's, but with 3 laps to go. But he might be having a look at Redgate. It's just whether he can get close enough with the lack of power from the Yamaha going down the Wheat Cross straight there. And he can't. He just loses that 2 or 3 bike lengths. I don't know what the difference in setup is between him and Locatelli. Locatelli seems to take a wider line but get the drive. Jonathan Ray, on the same bike, holds a tighter line, but then that's the compromise, isn't it? You don't get the power on quite as early. Just coming through Craner curves now. He's not going to do anything at the old hairpin. What's that gap? We're just seeing Scott Redding now. Still in 4th. Bautista trying to change him down, but he's not. I don't think he's going to make that gap up. I mean, Redding, oh, we're going off screen here. Did he make a mistake? Just watching the slow-mo of Redding going through the S's. Looked perfect, actually. Certainly not saving any tyre, as you would expect with 2 laps to go. we're still seeing Jonathan Rea trying to get past his teammate Locatelli. This time he takes a slightly wider line, does Johnny Rea, trying to get the power down, but he's just losing 2 or 3 bike lengths again, and then he kind of makes some of the gap up going through Redgate. Can't do anything through Hollywood, can't do anything through Trainer. At the old hairpin, can he make anything up? No, not really. So it looks like they're going to finish line astern with Locatelli in front of his teammate Johnny Rea. We're just seeing Top Rack out in front on his own. And now, yeah, that gap's increased at the front. He's going into the S's, just as coming around Coppice is Nicola Buliger in second. Alex Lowes is in third. We've not seen that gap with Alex Lowes, either to Buliger in front of him or to Scott Redding behind, so it looks like it's a pretty lonely race. Top Rack's just going to be coming, drifting in on the front as he comes through Goddard's for the penultimate time. 7.5 seconds he's got on his pit board, his lead. And that's the last lap. He's starting now with showboating going into Redgate. Got the front wheel and the nose of the bike on the floor, lifting the rear up. He's having fun, isn't he? Showing the rest of the field how it's done. Just hope he doesn't end up on his ear in the gravel now. Nicola Buliger's got second place sorted. Alex Lowes has got third place sorted, so it's just going to be how close is Bautista to Redding. I don't think close enough. No, definitely not. So Scott Redding, barring any mistakes, is going to have fourth seal. Good weekend, he'll be pleased with that. Would have liked to have been on the podium, but he'll take that. Especially seeing as it puts him in the shop window for a ride next year as his team is closing. This will be the last year. But apparently he does have a contract with BMW, not the team, so we'll see what happens there. Jonathan Rea is still trying to get the better of his teammate, which he's not going to be able to do coming into the S's. He's not going to do anything silly, is he, Jonathan Rea? Big stoppy from Top Rack as he comes into Goddard's, playing to the crowd. No doubt he's going to pull a big wheelie over the line, or is he going to... No, he just rolls over nice and serenely. Top Rack takes the win. Buliger in second. Alex Lowes, he pops a nice wheelie coming over the line. Scott Redding does get fourth. Bautista fifth. Petrucci sixth. Locatelli does hold off Jonathan Rea comfortably in seventh. And Rea eighth. Then it's Domiaga to ninth. Axel Bassani in 10th. Gardner, Vandermark, Gerloff, Lecuona and Vierge. That's your top points finishers. Sam Lowe's just outside the points in 16th. Ruben Rinaldi, 17th. Brad Ray, 18th. Ito Rabati, 19th. Ertl in 20th. Ian Orney didn't finish. If you're wondering where Mackenzie is, he's not racing. I think he's got concussion from an incident yesterday, so he won't be racing next weekend either at Mosque. And that now, this is the theatre that we like. We've got a technical inspection. They're now measuring the rear ride height of the rear ride height of Razgatlioglu's bike. Oh, the drama. We will love it, don't we? Talk about being the setup. The media are loving it. They're taking photographs. He gets the go-ahead and a pat on the back. That's just a piss taking out of everybody else morning. We're going to do him a nice big burnout now. Lovely. And Razgatlioglu does the treble over the weekend. On that note, I'm going to thank everybody who joined us. Once again, apologies to NA because I didn't see his live chat message in the Super Pole race, so apologies, my friend. That was an error at my end, nothing to do with you. Don't forget to join us tonight for the Euros 2024, the final, Spain v England. We're going to have Frankie James is going to do the first 25 minutes, and then she'll be doing the live chat as the match goes on. So feel free to join her in there. We will be reading all the messages out as well, and it's not just about the football. It's about the community in the live chat. It's a friendly live chat. Everybody's welcome. So feel free to join us then. I am Jimmy James. You've been watching Catch It Live first. I'll thank you for that, and we will see you later on tonight. Have a great afternoon.